Hi, welcome to the Crafty Oasis. Today we're going to learn how to add a cookie preference box, which is this thing, to your website, as well as a privacy policy and cookie policy. So we're going to be using cookieconsent.com, which is free, and that's powered by Termsfeed. So without further ado, let's head on over to the computer and get started. Okay, so now that you're in your browser, open cookieconsent.com. This is a free cookie consent builder powered by Termsfeed. So you'll just scroll through and follow the prompts. So the first one is, do you want an e-privacy directive or a GDPR plus e-privacy? Since my target audience is not across the world, it's primarily in the United States, I still chose the GDPR, but that's up to you. That allows you to have the I agree box or I decline. And you'll want to input your website. In this case, mine is myremoteliaison.co for my virtual assisting business that I'm building. And then now you look at the choices for how the box appears on your website. I like the simple dialogue with the dark theme for my remote liaison. And you can include a link to your privacy or cookies policy if you already have one. If you do not, stay tuned and I can show you how to generate that as well. So we'll move on. This is where you would copy scripts and everything for strictly necessary functionality, targeted ads, things like that. But since it didn't really apply, and the cookie policy already has the strictly necessary built in and the functionality, I just copied the code. So now on a Google site, you'll have to go to Insert and then you'll click on Embed, and you make sure that you copy the code from cookie consent and then you paste the HTML code into here, and I just stretch it out so you can read the whole thing, so it's the full screen size. That way you don't have to keep scrolling for a while or expanding your screen. For me as a visitor to a site, I kind of find that cumbersome, so I wanted to make it easier for people. And so this is a preview of what it looks like. This is on Google sites. It's showing you on a mobile device, on a regular computer, and I also usually look at it on a tablet as well, just to see the user interface and how it looks. Okay, so that's it for the cookie consent. And next, if you need to know how to build a cookie policy, we're going to get started on that in just a moment. So we'll go back to cookieconsent.com. And here you're going to click on Termsfeed, the pink Termsfeed, and we'll click on Products. And we're actually doing the privacy policy first. So I just use a website. If you use website and app, choose both. And then again, you put in your website. In my case, it's myremoteliaison.co. I'm just doing a basic one, which is free, at least here in the United States. So you just follow the prompts on the screen. So you'll put in your website and then your website URL, then your website name, and you say whether you're a business or an individual. And for the address, I just put the city I am in, state. And then it recognizes that I'm in the United States automatically, and select my state again. And then you just fill out whatever's applicable to your site and keep moving through the process. So if users who are requesting their privacy policy want it via email, put in the email where they would contact you. Otherwise, fill out the information accordingly. And we'll keep moving through the process. And let's see, so we see on the left 1, 2, 3, 4, we're moving on. I'm just going to do a basic one, so I'm going to say no, I do not want the one with the GDPR in California. That will save you money, but I will say if you are in California or if you are in like the United Kingdom, you may have to do that. But of course, if you have any questions about that, you can always contact a lawyer just to make sure that you're doing what you should do. So this is where you'll actually receive the privacy policy. So I'm putting in my remote liaison at gmail.com, and then you can also copy it on this page. So it'll send you it in the email and the link to embed it. So we're going to the Gmail. I'm just double checking. And there it is. So you open it up, click download, and it's interesting because I've used Termsfeed for years, but I noticed a change in the past couple of years where previously they would actually give you a PDF file. Now, when you download it on Termsfeed, on the website, it'll tell you that it's a different format. I myself prefer PDF. I don't really like working in Microsoft Docs, but that's just a preference. And you don't have to download that file type. You can just copy and paste the code. So where it says copy to clipboard, we're going to do that. And that will copy the code, and then we'll go back to the website. So I'm going to Pages, and I already created a privacy policy page, and I hide it from navigation. So now we'll just delete this. A lot of times I duplicate pages. So we're going to go to Insert, Embed Code, paste the code, the HTML code again, Insert, and then same thing, I just expand the box so that you don't have to keep scrolling or zooming to fit until it gets to the bottom. And you can see in here it changed my information. So I see my remote liaison, Gainesville, Florida, and you just want to make sure that that's correct as you're resizing this. Now, on other websites, it may automatically, when you embed it, it may automatically resize. I just use Google Sites. That's my preferred website builder for a few years now. Because it is free and you don't have to do upgrades for add-ons like forms or things like that. I create all of my forms in Google Forms, and then I just embed them onto the page, and I create graphics for my packages and things like that in Canva, and then just upload those as an image and create a caption. So it can be very basic Google Sites, but if you know how to design other elements and then just add them in a different way, you can actually customize it more. So we're still scrolling through, and we're almost to the end. Okay, so we'll just keep scrolling through until we get to the end, and we will move on to creating the cookie policy next. If you'll notice, now I'm going to edit the footer on my website, and I still have all my tabs open. What I'm going to do is link the privacy policy page to the privacy policy at the bottom at the footer. So basically it makes it a clickable link, and that way I don't have to have it visible all the time, cluttering up the navigation, but people can click on the footer and it'll take them to the privacy and cookie policy. This is something that you can do. It's up to you. It is an option instead of having the privacy and cookie policy just there all the time. Okay, this time we're going back to cookieconsent.com, clicking on Termsfeed, and I just wanted to go through and build a privacy policy, where you selected different options, and just to show you how the costs can add up. Certainly, if these are necessary for your business, then it makes sense to purchase them. And again, if you have questions about that, you can definitely consult a lawyer. Fill in your website information again, so myremoteliaison.co, then my company name, my remote liaison, then entity type, and the same things that we filled out before. And we'll just go through the next step. So what you'll notice as we go along is that if you choose to do the GDPR in California and other inclusions, then it's a lot more involved. And again, the costs do add up. So you just have to weigh that. Is that in your budget to start out? Is that something that you need? Have you talked to a lawyer? Those kinds of things. So I am not giving you any legal advice. It's your business. You run it how you choose, and you can choose or not to seek legal advice regarding this. So do you use tracking and or analytics tools such as Google Analytics, yes or no? A lot of people do. If you do, yes. And you'll see the dollar amount on the right. So marketing services is $34. If you have CAPTCHA, it's $14. If you use the CCPA plus CCPRA wording, I lived in California before, so what that means, it's specific to California residents. They have more choices in their privacy protection and also opting out of certain things. And then the GDPR is for the UK, and it might be for the entire European Union. So once you've gone through all those steps, it'll give you the final amount that's due, and I'm just putting this in the email again where someone would contact me if they want that. I'm not actually going to download, but you go through the same steps. So for the cookie policy, we'll go back to cookie consent, click on Termsfeed, go to products, cookie policy generator, and we'll go to the left and click on generate cookies policy. And same thing, I'm filling out my remote liaison.co, then the company name is my remote liaison, entity, everything that we've done. And as you can see on the left, there are less steps just overall for the cookie policy. So the cookie policy will only take you just probably a few seconds to a minute. And then you just fill out the information and go forward in the process. And the reason the location of your business is important is because the laws that govern are so different depending on where you are. So I'm just selecting my state again. And yes, I have a cookie banner, but I'm going to say no because I don't know why it would charge me $10 for that. But again, that's up to you. The audio is a little choppy right now. I got interrupted by one of my 3 children, so that's mom life for you. So again, you just go through these and you answer yes or no. If you do include any of the things they're asking about, it will add up, and then you just put your email again for visitors to your website to contact you if they want the cookie policy. And you just follow the steps and you will get the code and you can embed that into your website again. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.